Hello, welcome to the Bradley Real Estate Group. So I'm Jasmine, and today I'll be talking about 10 tips to stage your home. Did you know that 17% of homes that are staged sell faster and for more money than non-stage homes? Well, if you want to know these simple tips, stick around. Hi, and welcome to the Bradley Real Estate Group. So again, we're talking about 10 tips for staging your home. Let's get to it. Number one, boost your curb appeal. I know you hear it all the time, boost your curb appeal. Well, this is very important, and the reason why is because a buyer oftentimes would drive past your house to even see if they even want to spend their time going inside. So you don't want to lose a buyer. You have a beautiful house already, you don't want to lose it because they drove by your house and they didn't like how the outside looked. So how do you boost your curb appeal? It's simple. So you can start off by cutting your grass. Cutting your grass is simple. It's you already have the tools that you need to do that, and it doesn't really cost you any money unless you want to pay for a lawn service. Another simple tip would be to make sure that you have pretty numbering your house. And then another tip would be to make sure you water your plants, and if it's dead, just get rid of it. You can power wash the outside of the house, and then you can also clean the windows. Number two tip would be inviting front porch. Okay, this one is also very important. Even if you have a tiny porch, you want to play it up by adding some furniture, maybe a small table, so that you want to make sure that the buyer sees themselves enjoying a cup of coffee or tea in front of your house. Number three tip, and it's my favorite, make sure you have a sparkling clean home. Now, it is super easy. Well, I guess it's not that easy because you do have to put some elbow grease in there. But it is simple, and it's cost effective for you to just go in your house, make sure your dishes are done, make sure that the floors are clean, you mop, your bathrooms are clean. So even though it's a simple one and you might have to put a little bit of work in it, it's really super simple to just make sure you have a clean home. Number four staging tip is for you to play up your floors. So some people often overlook that, but it is important for you to give your floors a shine if you have hardwood floors. If you have carpet, you can call a professional to come and steam clean your carpet. Even if you don't have the funds to maybe completely do your hardwood floors, you could easily spot check by adding a nice beautiful area rug. The next tip would be for you to clear away clutter. All right, so this tip is important because oftentimes as realtors we go into the property and we see all the beautiful family pictures, and I know you heard it in HGTV, depersonalize, declutter. Well, one thought that I'd like to give my sellers, a recommendation would be, you have to move anyways. You need to start packing. Why not now? Especially if it's going to help you sell your house faster. So what you can do, and go buy a couple of boxes, start putting non-essentials away. If it's summer, put your winter clothes in there. If it's winter, put your summer and spring clothes in there and pack it away. You might even need to get the services of a storage facility and store some things away, but it will really help boost the sales of your house if you would just declutter. The next staging tip would be to style your dining room. So a lot of time, this is an overlooked room. It's almost like a blind spot. And some people might sometimes like to put a big vase in the middle of the dining room table. Well, even though it sounds like a great idea when you live in the home, it might be too formal for some of the buyers. So a good staging tip would be to just add some place settings and just line the center of the dining room table with some small vases. So the next tip would be for you to use extra rooms wisely. So oftentimes what we find is that there's always one room in the house that is full of junk or clutter. So what I would suggest would be for you to clear everything out and make sure that you play it up, make it look like an office or a playroom, so that people that are coming in to buy your house could get an idea of what they can use that room for. The next tip, entice people to explore the entire house. How can you do this? Easy. You can play up the top of the staircase with like a nice painting or something modern, some accessories, so that people would be, their curiosity will be piqued and they will actually go and explore the rest of the house. The next tip would be not to overlook the outdoors, especially your backyard. It's very similar to one of the tips that I said earlier about playing up your front porch. You have to be sure to do the same thing for your back porch. Even if you live in a tiny condo or if you're in a high rise, it doesn't matter. Play it up by adding a small table, making sure that everything is clean, hedges are trimmed, and that people will want to see themselves living in your backyard and using the outdoors. The next tip would be for you to play up the outside. Make sure that the exterior looks beautiful. So one of the things that you can do is put on a seasonal wreath over the door. Make sure that you power wash the exterior of the home, and also make sure to power wash the driveways. This is a very, very important tip that is usually overlooked. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those were our tips. If you're interested in more videos like this, don't forget to turn on notifications, subscribe, and like us on Facebook.